everyone, and welcome to Green Ops, the podcast where we break down key ideas in production and operations management. I'm Marlo.
And I'm Jean. Thank you for joining us here.
Today, we were talking about the topic that making waves across industries, sustainability in operations. So this episode is called Sustainability on Operations, Balancing Efficiency with Responsibility.
Companies are under more pressure than ever, not just to be efficient, but to be environmentally and socially responsible. So how do you balance productivity with sustainability? So that's what we're exploring today. And we're excited to have a special guest with us, which is Mrs. Paglinawan, Dean of Public Administration in Advent College, and the owner of Justin Printed Shop in Pampanga. We have real-world experience and sustainable practices and operations, and we're thrilled to hear their insights.
Mrs. Paglinawan, welcome to the show. So we're really happy to have you here.
Thank you also everyone for having me. Excited to be part of this conversation.
So we've got a lot to cover today, from green manufacturing and waste reduction to sustainable sourcing and term business impact. So whether you're a student, a professional, or just curious about how operations can go green, this is the episode for you.
So without much further ado, let's dive in, everyone. Welcome back to Green Ops. In the first part of our episode, we broke down what sustainability in operations really means. Now, it's time for the main event, our interview.
Thanks again, Mrs. Paglinawan, for joining us here.
Thank you also, Mom. I'm really happy to be here and excited to talk sustainability with you all.
So let's jump right in. So what does sustainability in operations mean to you from your experience, ma'am?
Well, from my experience, it is not just about reducing waste or switching to renewable energy. Through those are important, though, but it's because rethinking how we operate from the ground up. That means sourcing materials more responsibly, reducing overproduction, and improving energy efficiency, and even changing how we think about logistic and product life cycle. It is also important to remember that sustainability isn't a one-time project. It's a mindset and a long-term commitment as well.
That's a great point. In your organization, what are some key initiatives or strategies you've implemented to improve sustainability, ma'am?
One of the biggest steps we took was switching to energy efficient machinery and also optimizing our production schedules to reduce the idle time. We also started working with local suppliers in our area to cut down transportation emissions and introduce a waste segregation system on the shop floor to provide recycling and small changes, but they've made a noticeable difference over time.
Oh, that sounds impactful. But I imagine there are some challenges too. So what's been the hardest part of making operations from sustainable?
Well, honestly, the biggest challenge has been getting everyone on board. Change takes time, we all know that, and shifting mindsets, especially around long-standing processes, can be tough. Plus, also the initial cost of sustainable alternatives can be a barrier.
So talk about results, ma'am.
Okay.
Have you seen any measurable impact, especially on cost, efficiency, or even brand reputation since adapting on these changes?
Yes, definitely. We've seen a reduction in energy cost. Our waste output has gone down and customers have responded really well. It's actually improved our brand image quite a bit.
Oh, so this has been such a valuable conversation, no, Mrs. Paglinawan. So, thanks again for being with us today.
Well, thank you also for having me today. It was a great time talking with you all.
And stick around after this break. We'll wrap up this episode with key takeaways and how any organizations can start their own sustainability journey.
Saving trees means saving our own lives as they provide us with fresh oxygen. A dead person has no use for a tree, but you are alive. Therefore, it's crucial to consider the importance of preserving.
And today, so a big thank you to our guest, Mrs. Renjal Paglinawan, for joining us and sharing your valuable expertise on sustainable operations.
Absolutely. We've learned so much about how sustainability doesn't just mean making the planet better, but also creating more efficient, cost-effective, and responsible business practices, from energy efficiency and machinery to local sourcing. Clear that making this change can lead to real, measurable impact, and whether it's in your bottom line, your reputations, or the environment.
So to all our listeners out there, so if you're looking to make your operations more sustainable, just remember that it's a long-term commitment. Start with small changes, get everyone on board, and keep tracking your progress.
And don't forget, sustainability is not just about what you do, but how you do it. So, process matters just as much as the outcome. That's a wrap for today, and this is the episode of the Green Hopes. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you're inspired to make difference in your own operations.
Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for our next episode. Until then, keep your operations green and impact positive.
2022 is the year to achieve a net zero economy, to find solutions and policies in the sustainability space. Ideas that will truly move the goalposts of how we can create a nature-positive future. We believe that it is precisely in the high-emitting sectors where some of the most important work is being done. Fabric Nano is a biotech startup who has found a way to sustainably synthesize bioplastics and fossil fuel-free chemical ingredients at scale, and produce those chemicals 100 times faster than normal petroleum-based products. Their breakthroughs could mean that cell-free manufacturing could finally transcend niche to become commonplace. After a hugely successful retrofit of the Empire State Building in New York City, a program called the Empire Building Challenge is providing $50 million in funding to high-rise building owners to pilot innovative retrofit solutions. Although new buildings are easy to make green, old ones make up 80 to 90% of our usage. And this is where we need to make sustainability gains. The best solutions will be shared widely with other building owners across New York State to create a network of sustainable practice. Making electricity from human-powered steps is a concept that has been around for a while, but without a lot of market uptake. But new technology developed by 2 Swiss labs means that for the first time we can create electricity from wooden flooring. Wood is one of the most sustainable and popular building materials. But its electroneutrality has meant that it has been relatively ignored for energy harvesting. These scientists found a way to modify it with silicon and nanocrystals, relatively environmentally friendly procedures, making it triboelectric. What if you could grow wood in a lab? Researchers at MIT have not only discovered how to replicate wood by isolating tunable plant tissues, but also to grow it in specific shapes, thereby reducing waste. Even though wood can be grown sustainably, this new technology has the capacity to transform our use of biomaterials and combat deforestation. Making affordable fashion sustainable is the goal of this global e-commerce brand. Everything is handmade to order in Spain and Portugal. Most importantly, they only make what is ordered, totally reducing unsold production waste. For every item ordered, they encourage you to resell something you no longer want. They also offset their carbon footprint and donate material scraps to independent fashion brands. With an annual average growth rate of 100%, this pioneering stockless fashion brand is on the rise. Buying up carbon credits to satisfy sustainability goals is not going to fully get us to net zero. Nature-positive business solutions require that a price be put on negative externalities, and two companies are helping to do just that. EnCaves is a UN-funded research project that is laying the groundwork for environmental and ecosystem accounting. With pilots in Brazil, China, India, Mexico, and South Africa, the project is developing the tools, language, and structure for how we can measure the value of ecosystem services. Similarly, Invest has created a set of modeling tools to evaluate the impact of investments in natural infrastructure in cities. The software models the links between nature and the well-being of populations, demonstrating the way investors can become allies to nature. But investing in nature can also mean investing in nature. Costa Rica is the first tropical country to have halted and actually reversed deforestation. By taxing fossil fuels, the government has financed a $500 million payout to landowners, saving more than 1 million hectares of forest and replanting 7 million trees. Whilst many good programs exist around the world, Costa Rica has been recognized as one of the most successful, due to political will and a passion for and recognition of the importance of their environment.